Nigeria, a land of diverse cultures and immense potential, celebrated its hard-won independence from British colonial rule in 1960. The euphoria of liberation, however, was short-lived. Beneath the surface of national unity, deep-seated ethnic and regional tensions simmered. The nation found itself precariously divided along regional lines: the predominantly Muslim north, the largely Christian and animist southwest, and the predominantly Christian southeast. These divisions were exacerbated by a political system that often favored certain regions over others. Corruption was rampant, eroding public trust in the government. The promise of a brighter future, once so palpable, began to fade as disillusionment set in. The stage was set for unrest, for a dramatic upheaval that would expose the fragility of Nigeria's newfound independence. The seeds of discontent, sown in the fertile ground of inequality and injustice, began to sprout. A group of young military officers hailing from different ethnic backgrounds and united by their shared disillusionment, began to plot. They believed that a radical change was needed to salvage the nation from the grip of corruption and division. Their plan, a coup d'état. The early hours of January 15, 1966 were shrouded in darkness, a darkness that mirrored the political climate of Nigeria. A group of young military officers from Yoruba, Igbo, and northern Nigeria launched a daring coup attempt. Their targets, key figures in the Nigerian government, including Prime Minister Abubakar Tafawa Balewa and Premier Ahmadu Bello of the northern region. The coup was swift and brutal. The nation awoke to the shocking news that several of its leaders had been assassinated. The coup plotters, in a radio broadcast, denounced the corruption and nepotism that had plagued the government. They promised a return to true democracy and a more equitable distribution of power. However, the coup was short-lived. Within days it was suppressed by loyalist forces led by Major General Johnson Aguiyi Ironsi. The failure of the coup had far-reaching consequences, igniting a chain of events that would plunge Nigeria into years of turmoil and violence. The January 15th coup has often been erroneously labeled as an Igbo coup. This dangerous simplification ignores the complex realities of the event and the diverse backgrounds of those involved. While it is true that some of the key plotters, such as Nzeogwu and Ifeajuna, were of Igbo origin, they were not acting alone. The coup plotters were a heterogeneous group, representing various ethnic groups within Nigeria. They included officers from the Yoruba, Hausa, and Edo ethnic groups, among others. Their motivations were rooted not in ethnic chauvinism but in a shared desire for a better Nigeria, a nation free from the shackles of corruption and injustice. To label the coup as an Igbo coup is not only inaccurate but also deeply misleading. It perpetuates a false narrative that has had devastating consequences for the Igbo people, fueling prejudice, discrimination, and violence against them. In the aftermath of the coup, a distorted narrative began to take hold, fueled in part by irresponsible and inflammatory reporting by sections of the Nigerian media. The coup was portrayed as an Igbo plot to overthrow the government and establish Igbo dominance over other ethnic groups. This narrative, despite its lack of factual basis, resonated with existing prejudices and fears. It created a climate of suspicion and distrust, particularly towards the Igbo people. The media, through its biased reporting, played a significant role in shaping public perception of the coup and its aftermath. This dangerous simplification of a complex event had tragic consequences. The false narrative of the Igbo coup contributed to the wave of anti-Igbo violence that swept through parts of Nigeria in 1966, leading to the deaths of thousands of innocent people and displacing many more. Section 5. Babangida's testimony, a voice of reason and truth. In the decades since the January 15th coup, there have been voices of reason, individuals who have sought to challenge the prevailing narrative and set the record straight. One such voice is that of General Ibrahim Babangida, a former military ruler of Nigeria. In his autobiography, A Journey in Service, Babangida categorically states that the 1966 coup was not an Igbo coup. He emphasizes the multi-ethnic composition of the coup plotters and their shared desire for a better Nigeria. Babangida's testimony, coming from someone who played a significant role in Nigerian politics, carries considerable weight. His words serve as a powerful reminder of the importance of seeking truth and challenging established narratives, especially when those narratives are based on prejudice and misinformation. Section 6. Scars of Deception. The enduring legacy of the Igbo coup myth. The false narrative of the Igbo coup has left an indelible mark on Nigeria's history and psyche. It has fueled ethnic tensions, sowed seeds of mistrust, and contributed to the outbreak of the Nigerian Civil War in 1967, a conflict that claimed the lives of over 1 million people. Even today, decades after the war, the legacy of this harmful myth persists. The Igbo people continue to face discrimination and marginalization in various spheres of Nigerian society. The false narrative has created a deep sense of injustice and resentment, hindering efforts at true national reconciliation and healing. Addressing this historical wrong is essential for Nigeria to move forward as a nation. Section 7. The Price of Silence, Unacknowledged Truths, and the Demand for Justice. The continued silence surrounding the true nature of the 1966 coup and its aftermath only serves to perpetuate injustice. The Nigerian government has yet to acknowledge the role it played in spreading the false narrative of the Igbo coup, or offer a formal apology for the suffering inflicted upon the Igbo people. The Southeast Youth Stakeholders Forum and other organizations have repeatedly called for a national apology, reparations for victims of anti-Igbo violence, and an end to the marginalization of the Igbo people. These demands are not about seeking revenge but about achieving justice, reconciliation, and a more equitable society. Ignoring these calls for justice only deepens the wounds of the past and hinders the possibility of true healing and national unity. Section 8. Reclaiming History, the Importance of Accurate Narratives. The story of the 1966 coup is a stark reminder of the importance of accurate and inclusive historical narratives. When history is distorted, when narratives are manipulated to serve political agendas, the consequences can be devastating. Reclaiming history, ensuring that it is told truthfully and comprehensively, is essential for building a just and equitable society. It is about acknowledging past wrongs, learning from them, and working to prevent their recurrence. It is about honoring the memories of those who suffered and ensuring that their voices are heard. Education plays a crucial role in this process. By teaching future generations about the true nature of the 1966 coup and its aftermath, we can challenge existing prejudices, promote understanding, and foster a shared sense of national identity.